All right, everybody, good afternoon. Welcome back, and we've got just one more video to make on Hayden Hatten here, and then we're going to go ahead and call it good with this rookie class for now. Yeah, that's right. We're done with the rookie evaluations. Obviously, the level of interest in them is starting to fade anyway because we're getting into the guys who are long shots to be much of anything in the NFL. It's just not as interesting when you get down here, I understand, but there is some stuff that I want to say about the tape with Hayden Hatten. And as usual with these UDFAs, I only really watched one game in full, or at the very least, I only took notes on one game. Don't feel the need to go too much deeper than that. And I chose his last game of his collegiate career, actually. It was a playoff game against Albany. So Idaho versus Albany in the little playoff bracket that they do at that level of college football. So I wanted to focus on this one because I figured it would be a good opportunity to get a feel for what he was doing because he got targeted 20 times in this game. He got 20 targets, had 12 catches, 135 yards. It was one of the more prolific games of his career at Idaho. Now, honestly, after watching the game, I'm still not 100% sure how to feel. Now, realistically, I can look at stuff from his other games, and I know that he does more than what he does in this game. But for a lot of this game, he was being used in a very specific way, and it was I kind of felt like this game didn't necessarily provide the best picture of what he was. Nevertheless, let's take a look here. So like I said, he had 12 catches on 20 targets in this game, so he was getting spammed the ball. And I'll say this, you can clearly see that Idaho trusts him the most as far as receivers go. They targeted him on most third downs. They targeted him on a fourth down. When they needed a big catch, they generally tried to go his way. Okay, so first play of the game, he's actually lined up in the slot. There's a decent number of slot snaps in this game. Comes up to block for a bubble screen, and I thought he threw a mostly fine block. Nothing wrong with it. Pretty good. So, okay. Off to an okay start, I guess. Gets first catch lining up outside and running a 10-yard out against soft coverage. Just a nice little flip out to him. And get used to that because there are going to be a lot of out routes this guy runs against soft coverage where he just makes an easy catch going out of bounds. Just straight up, that's a big part of what he did in this game. There was an 18-yard out on a play where the quarterback actually made an incredible throw on the run, but he couldn't quite get his feet down in bounds, so it was ruled out of bounds. It was very, very close. It was still a great catch. So that was an 18-yarder out. Slot rep gets right above the linebackers on a crosser, makes a 20-yard catch, basically just settles into that little gap between the linebacker and the safety from the slot, which was great to see because there was not a ton of stuff in this game that wasn't an out route from Hatten. So to see him run a crosser was nice, and it's to see him do it as well as he did was great. He gets a go route a couple plays later, one-on-one. It's very well covered. The ball is well overthrown. So on a play like that, you can kind of see that he does occasionally struggle to separate a little bit. And that's probably something that is going to limit him in the NFL. He doesn't separate as much as you would like. He gets targeted on a 3rd and 11 out route, which would have been right around the first down marker, but the quarterback is immediately put under pressure, and the ball is well underthrown. He has no chance at it. Even if he did catch it, it's not a first down, so not much to say there. But again, you can see that on these third downs, he's getting targeted a lot. Gets a 5-yard comebacker against soft coverage, gets 3 yards after the catch. Just a simple play where you run out 5 yards, turn around, wait for the ball, get the ball, go upfield a little bit. There's not much pre-snap motion from him so far. I am noticing that. There's a little bit as the game goes on, but overall, I didn't see him get moved around pre-snap as much as I thought I would. I don't know if that was a particular strategy or just the way things broke. He does throw a key block and a defensive back to spring an outside run for a key first down. It was a 3rd and 4 run. And Albany actually had a very good run defense last year. So them running the ball on 3rd and 4 was bold. Excuse me. And he actually threw an important block on a defensive back to spring it. Runs a 13-yard out to the far side of the field, gets open easily for a sideline catch. it was one of those things where the defense just seemed so terrified of him running deep down the field. They were just giving him out routes all game. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. This whole game is him running out routes and catching them against soft coverage. So that's why I say I don't know if I got a great picture of what this guy can do. Because this guy, you look at his highlight reel, makes a lot of acrobatic catches. He's a highlight reel guy. He's definitely a guy who makes sideline catches, toe tapping catches, contested catches. But in this game, the defense just gives him a ton of stuff underneath for, an 8 to 15-yard gain. So I don't know. It ended up not being a great game to make notes on, but I was pretty committed to it by the time I got to the point where I realized that. So it is what it is, but a lot of out routes on the tape in this game. It was a huge part of what he did. Now, I will say this. The out routes do showcase his hands. He has good hands, and he over and over again is able to make good plays on the ball. You can see the strength of his hands. You can see the ball security that he has. So it's not all bad, but I would have liked to have seen a little more variety to his package. Targeted on a 4th and 5 on a 6-yard comebacker. The defense closes well. He does get his hands on the ball and drop it. I think it was pass interference. The defense hit him early, but there was no call. I think it was pretty clearly PI. It was close. I understand why it was a no call, but it was, I think, very clearly pass interference. So, is what it is. I guess he still could have caught it if you're being straight honest, but he didn't. So that's a big failed conversion and a big no call. He does do some pre-snap motion a little bit later from outside to inside to line up in the slot to set up an easy out for 6 on a 3rd and 1. Just one of those plays where you move inside a little bit to force the defense to back off of you as you go inside. And then you run the out route and you pick up 6 yards like it's no problem. Even though, I mean, I already mentioned this, Hayden Hatten is a good deep threat. He's a very valid deep threat. Big problem out there. Idaho has generally been using another receiver. They have, Jackson as the deep threat in this game. So Hatton's mostly being used for short targets. He catches yet another 5-yard out a little bit later, quickly getting escorted out of bounds. Same exact thing basically on 3rd and 5 next play. He runs an out route for a short first down, and the pressure forces a bad throw. He had no chance at it, so no conversion, no real opportunity to make a catch on this particular play. Next drive on a 1st and 20, he runs a 10-yard out. Coverage is soft, but the way he plucks the ball out of the air is worth noting. This guy has good hands. This guy can catch the ball if it comes to him. So you're seeing more out route stuff. Very next play, he runs a 17-yard out to pick up the first down. It's a really good catch. Has to toe tap the sideline to make the grab. Big catch radius showcased here and body control. It was the one time in this game where I felt like he really got to showcase his elite skill set, the part of his game that is really good, his ability to make catches along the sideline with a big catch radius and toe tap the sideline. So this was the one time in this game I felt like, wow, that's a really good trait to have, because there are a lot of guys out there that can run an out route when the coverage is super soft, but not everybody can make a catch like this one. The few times I saw him have an opportunity to run block, he does look a little soft and indecisive, losing opportunities. So I do think it's accurate to say he's not a very good run blocker, and I wouldn't expect him to be a big impact run blocker in the NFL, which is a little disappointing because he is a former tight end, but it's just not really there. He gets a 3rd and goal back shoulder catch opportunity, which would have been a great exclamation point for this game because he played so well, but he didn't get in the end zone. He had a great chance at a back shoulder catch. He adjusts back for it, but it would have been a great catch, but he reaches out a little bit late, so it's incomplete. I don't know if it was really a drop or not, but he just couldn't quite get back to it in time. Frustrating play. And it ended up being very significant in the ultimate outcome of this game that they had to settle for a field goal here. But he had an opportunity to pluck it out of the air, and it just didn't happen. Out route on 1st and 20 for 10 yards. It's incomplete, but he gets grabbed by the defender as the ball's in the air. Draws a pass interference flag to reset the downs. So doesn't make the catch, but he does get the call, and it's basically a 10-yard pickup plus an automatic first down. 3rd and 4 curl route target. Defender closes up fast to break up the pass. The defender did a great job closing to him and didn't even let the ball get to Hayden Hatten, so no opportunity for him to make a catch. Finally, at this point in the game, this is like the 4th quarter now, I see him run across the field pre-snap, and then he gets a 7-yard out route for the catch. So you are seeing some pre-snap movement, not as much as I was expecting, but on this particular play, he uses it to kind of force the defense to get back on him, and then he just runs the out route, which that was the name of the game for him in this particular game. He ran a wheel route from the slot on 1 rep in the 4th quarter. It was very tight coverage, did not get open at all. The quarterback overthrew it because there was nothing there. And then we get to basically the game-deciding drive where Albany is up by 4 with about 4.5 minutes left, and Idaho gets the ball. He starts the drive out, going outside to inside, and then running an out route to pick up 12. So does it again. And then finally, we see something that isn't an out route a couple plays later. He runs a corner route for 15 yards. Great catch through contact. Sets Idaho up in plus territory, in Albany territory. Great opportunity to go win the game. And this drive could have been the stuff that Idaho legends are made out of. And it's too bad things went the way that they did. The quarterback fumbled on a sack a little bit later, and it was recovered by Albany, which basically ended the game. But if not for that, Hatten had an opportunity to maybe go down in Idaho legends by catching a game-winning touchdown. And the way they were targeting him, I feel like it really could have happened. So it's too bad it didn't. So he does make 2 nice catches on the what would have been the game-deciding drive potentially, but doesn't end the way Idaho wanted. He does make 1 catch in pseudo garbage time. 30 seconds left. They're down by 2 scores. He gets an easy out for a first down, 5-yarder. Sets up a field goal that Idaho does make, but they cannot get the onside kick. Game over. So he has a big game. He did leave a little bit of meat on the bone here, and overall, I came away feeling like this guy is a narrow use case. Now, I know from watching other clips of him, I know from watching other game tape of him. By the way, there's no cut-ups of Idaho games on YouTube that I've seen. It's all like full game clips, which is a pain. But I do want to say that I know he can do more than what he showed in this game, but in this game, it was just like out route city. And you can't deny how productive he was, but at the same time, he needed a lot of targets for that productivity. Okay, that's it for Hayden Hatten. That's it for this rookie class. I'll make some different videos going forward. There will probably be fewer videos because there's nothing much to go into right now. But that is it for the rookie class as I see it. If somebody else emerges during the offseason as like a really intriguing prospect that we might actually want to consider as a part of this team going forward, then I'll get into it. But for now, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think about Hayden Hatten.